Hello, in this video I want to show you how you can set up GitHub Actions with Event Catalog and create some CI/CD pipelines to actually do some governance checks to your event catalog as you make changes, okay? In this video we're going to be looking at how to do automatic schema reviews using Event Catalog GitHub Action for AVRO, JSON schemas, Protobuf schemas and all this kind of stuff, and actually get these reviews inside your Git workflow. So let's get started. So what I have here is a new catalog file. It's actually, I've put it on GitHub already. And as you can see, we have some domains and we have some services, and we also have some events and commands and queries. Okay, so this is a typical event catalog that you get out the box. Now I have this new GitHub file here with a Git event catalog CI YAML file. So this is all on the documentation you can find online. And what we're going to do up here is set up the event catalog JSON. And when we open and synchronize a pull request, we want to basically, do a schema review, okay? So this is how it works. First of all, we check out, let me just zoom in. We check out the action here. And then what you can see is we're using the event catalog GitHub Action there. And then we give it a task. Now, event catalog will support various different tasks with the GitHub Action, but we're going to perform a schema review. We have a failure threshold of 50, so I'll talk you through that in a minute. We're using a provider, so the GitHub Action actually uses LLMs to actually do the schema review for you. So it gets the diff, it gets the old version and the new version, and then tries to work out breaking changes and things like that. So we can provider, this could be OpenAI, Anthropic or Google, and then all the models. All the models are documented on the website. So we're using GPT-4.0 here. And then we need the API key for our LLM, which we have in secrets on GitHub. We have the license key, which is the Event Catalog license key to use the GitHub Action. You can get 14-day free trial on Event Catalog Cloud. So again, all of this information is in the docs. And then we have the GitHub token because we want to write back into the comments, okay? So what I have here is a standard project and it's already on GitHub, okay? As you can see here, let's just check out master and do a pull. Okay, so I'm going to make some changes now to a schema. So I'm just going to find a random schema. So as you can see here, we have this order service, has this order cancelled event. Okay, now I'm going to make a breaking change here. I'm actually going to delete something, the product name. Okay, now what I'm going to do here is actually commit this back in. And let's just put this on a branch. Let's call it schema update. And let's just say updated schema for now as a comment. I'm going to push this up to GitHub and we're going to make a pull request. So here's our pull request. We update the schema. You can put any information you want, in your example. So what we're going to do is create the pull request. And as you can see, we've made one file change. So think about this. In your case, your teams will make changes to schemas in Event Catalog and things like that. It can support Protobuf, JSON, any schema format, Thrift is an example. And you can see here, we're actually performing a schema review now. So what's going to happen is it's going to get the diff and it's going to put it into an LLM of your choice with some prompts and some things under the hood that Event Catalog gives you. And as you can see here, we've actually got a schema review back. You can actually see that we've got the order cancelled event, which is the one we just did. And we got a danger that the schema is removal of the product name field from the orders. Okay, we can kind of read that and see what's happening. Now, what are we looking at here? First of all, we've got a link here, which takes us to the diff directly, so we can actually see what's going on. And then we have the JSON format, but also we have a risk score. So now the LLM will give you a score between 0 and 100, depending on how much of a breaking change it is. The lower the score, the riskier the change is, the LLM thinks. So at 40, we set our threshold to 45. That means our event GitHub Action has actually failed here. Okay, so we have some things, and also if you have any consumers, it will tell us about the consumers that are being impacted. In this case, we don't have any. So let's go make a change and actually look at what happens when we go back. Okay, so let's go back to the code. And I'm going to add that back in because that's a breaking change. That's fine. So now what I'm going to do is go to another schema. Let's try and find a schema, something that has a consumer. Now I think this one here, the inventory adjusted, we got the AVRO schema. I'm going to actually delete the age, right? So your team has made a breaking change here or something has happened. So I'm going to come in here and again, make a change to this. So we updated the schema and do a pull request back in. So I'm going to go back to Google now, back to GitHub, and you can see the schema, the review process has happened again because we've done a new change. Now this time something different will happen. The order cancelled event, we've noticed the change has happened again, or actually in this fact we've gone back to a previous state. But this time with the inventory adjusted, we've got a danger here that the inventory adjusted has got potential consumers. That the notification service is a consumer of this event and it might affect it. We have removed the age field as a breaking change. Consumers expecting this, Now, if we go to Event Catalog for a minute, this is running on my machine. Let's have a quick look. So we're looking for inventory adjusted. So inventory I just did this event here. We can see that the consumer is the notification service. Yeah, we can see that it's version 002, and the GitHub action has actually told us who we're about to break. So this works with any schemas, any formats. You can run this on Thrift, as I said, Protobufs, AVRO schemas, JSON schemas. You can pick what LLMs you want. So if you go to the documentation on the website, let's just have a quick look. So you can see here, if we go to docs, getting started, CI/CD, and you can see down here, this is the GitHub action. This is how you get it set up. You can see everything that you need. And then down here, we also have the models, OpenAI models, Anthropic models, and Google models. So we click on these, actually go in, we can actually see which models you want to use and which provider you want to use. So really, depending on your use case, you can bring your own keys here and everything else. The action actually is open source. So you can actually come and have a look at the code. The source code is available, so you can come look at this stuff if that's your cup of tea. And that's it, so I hope this is useful. As I said, the way the action works actually is it will only check for schemas that have changed in your events and your commands and your queries folders, and then it will run the diff. If you have other files that have changed that are not schemas, it just won't do anything, which is pretty cool. And then equally, we have over here, you can actually provide like catalog directory. If you are in a monorepo or your event catalog is in a subdirectory, you can actually pass this and tell the action that it's going to do that. You can override the failure threshold and other things like that. So if you want to get started, remember, head over to EventCatalog.dev, head up in the top here under docs, getting started, and then down on the bottom left, you can see CI/CD with GitHub Action. So hopefully it's useful. I think it's really cool being able to actually use some of these LLMs in your AI LLMs in your GitHub Actions, and try and get some more value. Now, people might say, maybe it'll hallucinate, maybe not. If you've got any issues, please raise them. But the alternative, this is just a kind of safety net. You're still in control of like merging this pull request, so you can still merge this if you like it or don't like it. But it does a pretty good job at actually stopping you in your tracks and actually being a good reviewer and actually saying, hey, you're about to do something that's not quite right. Okay. In the future, we're also going to be supporting custom rules, so you can actually say custom rules on your schema reviews. To add some more specific rules to your organization. So if you're interested in that, please get in touch. But I hope this is helpful, and I hope you like this. And if you've got any questions, feel free in the comments or come over to EventCatalog.dev, and then you can hit the Discord button up there and come join over 1,200 of us on Discord. So thank you very much for watching.